All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Welcome to There's a Place. Let's start out today while we get ready. While the little men are walking behind us, let's start out with the ASMR calibration. Christmas coming up. Santa's sleigh slurps surreptitiously, slowly. Santa's satin sleigh sips surreptitiously, slowly. Sad, surly Santa sings secret stanzas. Sa, 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 sa. How we doing? Are we good? Are we good? Are we calibrated? Can you hear the crunches? Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm Papagan. Welcome to another week of There's a Place, the ASMR talk show, the show that feels good to hear. I was saw a film last night at an art museum, so that's sometimes it's a bad sign. Because there's really, artistically, you're going to see a good film at an art museum. But if you're looking for Blank Check or Home Alone, good luck catching that at LACMA. But I went and saw a film last night at the Hammer Museum called The Color of Pomegranates. And this is a very artsy-fartsy Eastern European film. And I went to go see it because I heard good things about it. Martin Scorsese had just financed a restoration of the print, so I was like, this is going to be cool. And it was one of those movies that, I felt obligated to see. I didn't want to see it. I wanted to have seen it, basically. I wanted to have the experience that all these filmmakers did. So, I knew I wasn't maybe going to be pulled in by the story so much, but I went to go see this art film, The Color of Pomegranates. This film is very beautiful. Every shot was very meticulously put together, not unlike the show, but very cool. It was made by an Armenian filmmaker, and the reason they were having the screening was as an Armenian event to remember the 100th anniversary of the Armenian genocide. So the theater was packed with Armenian people. They had Armenian food there. It was really supposed to be a point of cultural pride for the people of Armenia. And when the film was made, the director was living under a communist regime, Soviets. And so he wanted to show that Armenian culture was able to survive even under oppression. So I'm watching this movie, and there's a lot of cool shots and stuff, and most people were being respectful of the time and the artfulness of what went into it, except for sitting behind me was this couple in their 20s. It's like your classic brunch going hipster couple, and there's a lot of shots in the movie of like somebody like very sternly going like, seriously, but these two, thick as a couple of rubes, just were giggling through the whole movie. This filmmaker who made the movie spent 5 years in a Soviet prison after making this because it was so radical. He spent a lot of time and expense. There are a lot of movies coming out of Russia at this time, and he put his whole soul into it. It's the story of some famous poet. And these two are snickering. And this is at a screening commemorating the Armenian genocide. I just thought that was so sad that even now, 100 years later, 50 years after the film was made, people who think they know better are still having a laugh, are still oppressing the Armenian culture. So my lesson for this week is, if you don't understand something, just keep your mouth shut so nobody will think you're an idiot. Thank you. let's get into the show right now. My guest tonight is a man I've known for a couple months now. Done some improv with him. Have never had a conversation with him. So this will be a first. We're all about firsts on this show. I think this might be his first time on a talk show. We'll find out. So please welcome Andrew Lindh. Hey, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you got a standing ovation because there's no chairs in here.
Yeah. Oh, I just took my mic. I unhinged it.
That's okay. You're not going anywhere, are you?
I don't know.
Okay, so if you're just going to be sitting here, we're going places in our mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So Andrew, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I had another guest, had a wrestler booked today, but she was sick. So
she had a wrestling book?
I had a wrestler booked.
Oh, she's a wrestler.
She's a wrestler.
I did think you meant a man, and that's just my own patriarchal nonsense.
So that's what I was wanting to do. But I put a message to our group going, and within seconds, you said, I got your back.
Yeah, well, I'm a sucker for camera time.
See, that's a good thing. I've asked some people to be on this show who, are trying to be actors or whatever, and they said, no, I don't know what I talk about. But you have the right attitude. The camera, what do you like about the camera?
Well, I don't know. I just like feeling like I'm performing for something, I guess, and being able to watch myself because I'm not a narcissist. I forget what it's called. Like I'm self-obsessed. I'm not sure, but I'm a nice guy.
Okay.
I like to think.
You could be a nice narcissist.
Yeah, I don't know about nice narcissist, but you can be self-obsessed and be nice, maybe. But I'm bad at first impressions, so sorry to your audience. They'll only get this bad first impression.
No, they'll learn. They'll stick with us through this journey, and they'll learn to like you.
Cool.
So Andrew, I have a confession to make.
All right.
First time I saw you, before I even talked to you in that class, I had you pegged. I was like, oh, this guy seems like he might be kind of dumb. But then, hold on. Then I saw that you were funny. And I was like, no, he couldn't be dumb if he's funny.
Really?
Like intentionally funny, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Then I found out you went to Berkeley, and I was like, oh, he's not dumb at all.
I did go, yeah.
But do you find that people make judgments about you, appearance, or?
Well, yeah, people think I'm dumb a lot, and they also
you get that a lot?
They think that I'm a misogynist a lot. I get that. And just generally, people don't like me when they meet me. I find a lot of my friends tell me, like, when I first met you, I just hated you so much, like I was talking about. And I'm used to it. I feel like I'm talking too loud, sorry.
Oh, it's all right, whatever. We got a good crew in there, riding those levels. So why do people think you're a misogynist?
I think I just, maybe also, I don't think I do this so much anymore, but I would do a lot of like satirical humor. And that's the thing about things like racism and like misogyny. It's kind of like, and I'm stealing this from somebody because they were talking about it. It's like the idea is so absurd that like racism or like that women are less good than men, that it is kind of comedy because it's such an like a weird thing. So I would kind of use that as a comedy, like, well, there are women here. I don't know, like make jokes like that. But also in Berkeley, that it just doesn't fly.
They're kind of sensitive there.
Extremely so.
There should be more jokes about how sensitive they are, places like that. I guess there are people hate political correctness.
Yeah, I guess like a lot of colleges are like that, but I feel like Berkeley is like the pinnacle of like, and it's kind of dumb because they're not really open-minded. They're just closed-minded to very open ideas. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
So they're almost, it's kind of laughable because they all think they're one way. It's like Not that they're worse than like Republicans, like what right wing or people that are
Same.
insane. Yeah, but it's like Republicans, I think, at least know that they are oppressive and very like selfish. I don't know if I can say that.
You can rip, but we're in California. You can rip on Republicans.
A lot of their ideas are like obviously geared towards helping people out in a good situation, and probably them. But I think people in Berkeley actually believe they're very open, but they're not. That's right. I'm just kidding. But they're very nice.
Yeah. I've said this since this campaign started. The Bernie Sanders people and the Trump people, that's the same person. Deep down, that's the same, like, the person who will just swallow anything, hook, line, or sinker. The difference is Trump is preaching hatred and lies to, like, and insulting people. Bernie Sanders wants to, like, pay for college.
Yeah.
So
Which would be nice.
Yeah, so I guess over that, if you can make a moral distinction with the political correctness.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, it's a little obnoxious.
Yeah, and I don't know, in general, somebody told me the other day, this happens to me a lot, this guy who does improv, and he was like, I just want to let you know, I'm sorry, because my girlfriend met you and then said these awful things about you, and then I told this improv team, because he was on this improv team, and I was trying to get on, and he told them, like, in apparently like a group text. I hope he doesn't see this. I don't know if I'm betraying his trust.
As long as you just don't say who it is, you're fine.
That he like texted them like, hey, do not add this guy. Like, my girlfriend says that, like, he is blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know her. I had like one conversation with her, and I was like, what did I say? And when he told me that, I was like, I'm not even mad, this happens a lot.
Me and my big mouth.
Yeah. But he's like, I really like you now. So I'm kind of like a show that you don't think it's funny until you like get to know the characters, I think. So if you watch like Always Sunny or like 30 Rock, neither of those I really watch because I don't want to get to know the characters, but I've heard if you watch them, after a while you're like, okay. And I feel like that's how I am. Okay. But enough about me.
Stockholm Syndrome then a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your, you talked about this a little, what was your experience at Berkeley aside from the people? Where are you from, first of all? Let's go all the way back.
Oh, I'm from North Carolina.
That's why I had that Panthers shirt on today.
Yeah. May I?
Yeah, please. I love that logo because of the show My Brother and Me.
What's that?
It was the show that was on Nickelodeon when we were kids about a black family that lived in Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
What?
Yeah.
I love Charlotte and I love black families. I can't believe I didn't watch.
Check it out on YouTube. It was the acting was really bad. The writing was really bad.
Okay.
But something about like the chemistry of the characters worked, and I really liked it. But there were only 8 episodes. But it was on for 3 years in reruns, the same 8 episodes.
Really?
So I'm surprised you don't remember this.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, well, I'm 23. I guess.
Oh no, you missed it. You missed out on My Brother and Me.
I did.
I'm sorry, man.
And okay.
But yeah, it was. They hung out at a comic book store.
Okay. In Charlotte?
In Charlotte, that was also a restaurant. So they only had to build one set. It was super budget, but it was like very Charlotte and very black. So they would have like Hornets posters on the wall, and they'd be wearing Marcus Garvey T-shirts.
Okay.
And they kind of like snuck into Nickelodeon. It was cool.
I can't believe this show exists and I never knew.
Yeah,
and they were Panthers fans?
Yeah, they would always have Panthers. They had so much wardrobe. Every scene they'd be in some crazy like fly outfit.
And like, did they
Larry
film
Johnson
this in Charlotte?
Filmed it in Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida.
So they had to import their like, I don't know, people in Charlotte, they love, let's just make it look like Charlotte, so sports stuff. And
Larry
but
Johnson.
They're black, so we need like Marcus Garvey T-shirts. And
I think it was supposed to be race positive, and
Oh, okay.
They would have they the father had like all of his like fraternity stuff. He went to Morehouse, the black college,
Yeah.
to like subtly,
The black college. Yeah.
well, like to subtly show
Yeah.
that black people can go to college.
It's kind of like how white people would like be like, I don't know, this is what they would be. They would have Marcus Garvey T-shirts. I don't know what.
But it
black
was
people
made
do.
by black people.
Oh, it was made by
Yeah.
black people? Well, now I feel like an asshole.
But maybe it was a bit too much. I don't know. So you're from North Carolina. What part of North Carolina?
From Charlotte.
Oh, you are from Charlotte.
Yeah.
You got to see this show, man.
I know. I can't believe I never heard of it, or anybody I know, to be honest. I've never heard it spoken of. Or maybe they all know about it, and I'm just tuned out. I don't know.
What was your experience in Charlotte like? Because that's the South, but it's the New South. They have the New South Museum there.
What does that mean, New South?
It means like the not racist South, I guess.
Oh, that's
with
not
like
my experience.
banking and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird because it's kind of like a city, you know? It's sort of like LA. It's like a bunch of neighborhoods. There's like a downtown area, but most of it isn't very urban. But there's still like a bunch of racist people because it's in the South. I mean, people are racist everywhere, I guess.
But especially in the South.
They're more vocal about it. But there's a lot of like diversity though, because they like, you know, would force integration in the South. So you end up going to school with like a lot of different races. It's not like Chicago where they like, I guess, like section people off. So it's weird because at the same time that you're like it's like the old people are really racist, but then the young people are all like hanging out, but then like, I guess they're still racist. But when I grew up, I had like mostly black friends. It was just my experience that like white people, and maybe this is a blanket statement that's racist against white people, but
Yeah, we can take it.
all right, yeah. It's just like white people are so mean and like not accepting, I feel like. It's like, I felt like black people would just be your friend and they weren't worried about like, who are you, and like, you know, am I gonna be like at the cool table at lunch with you? It was just like, I don't know, like you're cool, we're cool, like we just hang out, we talk about stuff. And I don't know. That was my experience in middle school.
So kind of racist.
I guess so, yeah. It was kind of racist.
Was it? Did it ever get like real bad racism? Like, would you ever like come to the school and there'd be like a Klan meeting or something? I don't know.
No, I mean, it's all still, it's pretty like, it's like racist when no one's around. So it's like all of a sudden, if I was like in a room full of white people, it would be like, you'd start hearing shit, and I was like, oh my God, should I tell like my black friends that this is going on? Or it's not even that bad. I know the world's gonna get it, this video, and be like, look, white people are meeting up secretly. I don't know, but yeah.
At my high school, they would like bus people in from all over, but it was still totally segregated based on like, not like in a bad way. It's just, you know, people wanted to hang out with the people that were from their neighborhood, you know, not like some stranger. But, you know, nothing bad ever happened really. There was a group at the school called the Black Student Union, which was meant to like showcase like black issues on campus. Except like one of your problems when you're in high school, like, we need to have a black prom. Like they didn't really do anything. But one kid thought it would be funny. White kid named Rusty. He's actually named Rusty. He had red hair and was named Rusty. So
he's a white kid?
You know this guy was white.
Yeah.
If you have red hair and your name is actually Rusty. Started the White Student Union.
Oh God.
Yeah, that didn't, that was bad. Nobody, he got like cussed out in class when he decided to do it.
Yeah. I think they tried to do that at Berkeley. Somebody did, and it was immediately shot down. But there's a black student union at Berkeley, and they just built a new building, and it's called the like Martin Luther King Jr. like building. I don't know, and it's like dumb because there's like almost no black people at Berkeley, and it's kind of feels like this doesn't make it like, oh, well, we named our building Martin Luther King, so you know, it's cool, right? We're not gonna accept you, but like you have a building anyway. And they used to have, I guess they still do. They call it, I don't know what it's called. I want to say like Black Wednesdays, but there must have been a better name for it. Where like outside the this main drag of campus, and there's like a dining place, and outside of it, like it's like a lot of black students would gather like outside and like play like hip hop and like dance. So it was like a lot of all the black students in Berkeley, so like 20 kids. and I'd always be like, I like this, like I kind of want to like join this, but I don't feel like I'm allowed. Like, am I, or would it be weird? I don't know, but I never did. And if you're out there, if you want to email the show and let us know, is that appropriate? Is it not appropriate?
I mean, if you witnessed it, I think where it becomes inappropriate is when, if you're just observing something, that's fine. It becomes inappropriate if you're making something up, or if you witness something and then throw some like opinion into it, or everyone's like,
yeah. Yeah.
Did you always know that you wanted to get out of North Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks. I hate it. But I was also like, it was so dumb because when I was a kid, I would go to like, I was in like magnet schools because my mom thought I was smart, because I am. No, I'm just kidding. I was like bright, and I felt like I was like the hope of the family. It was like my brother and sister. It's like let's cross our fingers, but like Andrew will be like the one is a doctor. I don't know. And I used to like sit at my bus stop to go to like my like special school, while like all the other kids in my neighborhood were going to like the home school, and I would just be like I just want to be like one of these kids whose parents like doesn't care about them. Like my friend's mom, I was like, she was like I don't know if she was a crack addict or if that was just a mean rumor. But it was like, I was envious. I was like, I wish my mom just didn't care. Just, I don't know, had a pill, like prescription pill problem. And so I just like started smoking weed and doing shit in like 8th grade. And I was like, oh, I can do this. And I got like real normal, real fast. And just like got kicked out of my magnet school. Then I got kicked out of the home school. Then I like stopped going to the alternative school, because when you get kicked out of, like when kids get expelled, I always thought they just get sent home, but you go to like
the bad kid school.
Yeah, bad kid school, and it's like a movie. It's like The Wire. You're like metal detectors to get in the school, and like you're walked around everywhere you go. I just stopped going to that.
Tell me about the bad kid school. There was a bad kid school right next to our high school.
Oh, really?
That was only like 2 or 3 classrooms, and there'd be all these stories, like they were dealing drugs, like the teachers were dealing drugs to the students. That's probably happening at the regular high school too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was you get kicked out of the high school, then you go to the bad kid school.
Yeah.
Then, because it was the Palisades, you'd go to some like nice private school,
Yeah.
and it would work out.
Oh,
You go to like New Roads, yeah, or something.
That sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
This was not like that. It was like, I don't think teachers could sell drugs to kids, because it was like, it wasn't like prison. I don't know what prison's like. I haven't been, but I mean, it was pretty like institutionalized, you know. A lot of police on campus. Scary. It was scary, I guess.
Was there anyone there who, of the students, was there anyone like, wow, I'm in the bad kid school, you know what, I need to buckle down, I need to finish high school? Or was everyone just like, wow, I'm in a jail for children?
Literally no one, I don't feel like, cared to be there. It was kind of like, why are you here? Just don't go to school anymore. Why are you at school? Like, they don't really care. It's like, when you're a kid, they tell you like it's against the law to not go to school, like, but they like do not care if you don't go. There's like so many kids, like you mean nothing to them. But there was this one guy, he was like, I feel like he was so scary because he was like this short Mexican dude. He must have been like 5'6", and they said that he was in like some gang, and there was this other like gang member, and they got in a fight, and they said he just beat this guy up so bad. He was like big. And there's nothing like more scary than just like a tiny, because it's like a big, well, I guess a big guy would be scary too, but something.
No, the guy's a little crazy.
Yeah.
He's got unpredictability.
But I felt like we were friends. I mean, I don't know.
So how'd you go from the bad kids, the magnet school to the bad kid school to not going, to then getting into Berkeley?
Well, I just stopped going to that school because this is what happened. It was me and like one other white guy. I hope this whole show isn't about race. I'm like in no way qualified.
Hey, it's an important issue in this country. We need to tackle it. Key and Peele can't do it all.
Everybody love everybody, right? But I just have this memory like of being at lunch, and they would make fun of this white kid like so bad for being white. And I remember he was like, "What about Andrew? Andrew's white." And I'm like eating like, I'm like, what the fuck? You ratted me out. But then this kid was like, "Andrew ain't white." And I was like, "Yeah, shut up." And I was like, I gotta get out of here because they're gonna figure it out. And I don't really know why, but I was just like, I'm not going to college, you know what I mean? Because everybody in Charlotte that was like in my situation, maybe not kicked out of school, but you just have this idea that you're just going to go to community college and fix all your problems by doing well in community college. So I was like, I don't need high school anymore. But then my mom was like, you're insane and I can't deal with you anymore. And I got sent to live with my uncle in Marin County.
You got Fresh Princed.
Yes, I used to call myself the
You got Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince of Charlotte. Now that I think about it, it doesn't make sense.
You'd be the Fresh Prince of Marin.
Fresh Prince of Marin. Wow. But yeah, I literally got Fresh Prince, except it was Marin style, so it was like my gay uncle. And I guess that's the only thing that made it Marin style, which I don't know if Marin is even very gay, but.
So what, you were about 16 when this happened?
Yeah, I think 17. And I was just like, scared. I was just like, I thought I would go to California and just do a bunch of drugs, but I was actually scared, and I just went to this like continuation school, which is insane. I don't know if you know about continuation schools, but it's just like high school for kids who are not trying to be there. Most of them, it's almost like the bad kid school, except they're more like kind of bad, just like not, you know.
They're bad because their parents don't pay enough attention to them.
Yeah.
But their parents aren't paying enough attention to them because they're like rich, not because their parents are like working too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So it was like, if you just went to the school, like I just went and just cared. And they're like gonna, like erecting a statue of me outside. So it's like he shows up, he does, like, I remember it was like an assignment in the English class. Had to write like a 500-page essay in like 2 weeks. And I was like, yeah, I do that, I can do that. And I wrote like another one, and you get all this bonus, and you get credits. So I started the semester as a sophomore, and then at the end of the semester, I was a senior, on track to graduate, but just like nothing. Like to get gym credits, I literally just had to say like 20 minutes I walked from the bus stop to school, and that was gym. And I graduated high school on time. But it was a good program. I mean, if you like actually take advantage of it in a good way. And I learned how to write checks.
That's wow, sounds like a great school.
Yeah, I feel like this is so boring. I'm sorry.
No, it's interesting to hear people's stories.
Yeah.
Did you get into Berkeley right after that? Off of
No.
that you you did community college
Yeah,
and
I
then
did community college.
But definitely the continuation school turned your life around thing probably helped.
Yeah, for sure. I got to speak at graduation, which wasn't actually a big deal because it seems like anybody who wrote a speech got to speak at graduation. But I feel mine was the best speech, and it's online if you want to watch.
Okay, yeah. That's how you put it in your reel.
Yeah. No, it was cool. The community college system in California is really great. It's like you can literally be an idiot for 18 years and just do well for 2 years, and you get a Berkeley degree.
That's
if
what
you
I
get
did.
to Berkeley. You did that too?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
UCLA, Santa Monica College.
Yeah, me too, Santa Monica.
Oh, okay, yeah. Man, Santa Monica College, I felt bad for the teachers because they were all good teachers,
Yeah,
but
nobody cared.
No, nobody cared. The first day of class, be packed 60 people. They have to turn people away. By the last day, there'd be 12 or 15 people left. 75%
Yeah.
drop off.
Literally, I had the same thought, like when I was there, I'd like, why are you here? You don't have to be here. Especially now. It's not even against the law. It's like people who are like pretending they're doing something with their life. Like, I'm in college. And they'll just be at Santa Monica College for like 6 years.
So long. It's like you're not going to transfer.
Yeah.
You're not going to like do this and then for 6 years and then suddenly be ready for regular college.
Although, you never know, man.
I'm sure some people do, but no, there are a lot of people sitting around wasting their time. I got out, but yeah, it was so easy. You just go to your counselor, and they tell you exactly what classes to take, and then you get to go to UCLA or Berkeley.
But you know what? I got kind of like strung around by the counselors because like I went to this one counselor and she was like, I think she just thought I was dumb as
everyone seems to.
Yeah, and she thought I was a misogynist. And no, I'm just kidding. But she was like, if you want to go to Berkeley, you might want to lessen your course load and make sure you do well. And I was like, I feel like, okay. And I went to this other counselor and she was like, you need to get out of here as fast as possible. And I also thought I could go to film school, and she was like, it's not going to happen unless you're like out there doing a lot. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll just get a regular degree. Because I didn't want to go to like Long Beach Tech film, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck. Can I swear?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
That's fine with me.
I'm not sorry.
I choose not to myself.
Ever in life?
I try not to, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just, I'm sure that people who know me, like my girlfriend's probably watching, say he swears all the time. But if I'm like out in public, I just try not to do it. It depends. Because if you're with people who swear, you'll have to like slip into it to be cool, like,
Yeah.
oh man, I know about this, yeah. But no, I don't like it.
Oh, I do.
You like to swear.
I
You know why I don't? I honestly know why I don't? So I can feel like that I'm a little bit better than everyone else.
Yeah,
That's where it comes from, obviously, like everything else.
Because you are, in a way. It's like,
I'm not swearing.
Addiction. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. What was that? Where are we right now? Is this a baseball field?
No, this is a park with a lake behind us.
Is that Echo Park?
No, this is out in Whittier, I believe. Our director went and got this background.
Cool. Do you decide that, or?
I shoot some of them, and the director shoots some of them.
Cool.
And
I'm sorry, I've been interviewing you.
No, that's fine. It's a little old me. Nobody wants to know what I think.
Yeah, I do. I spaced out for a minute.
That's okay.
Because like going from the trees over here to it's the green screen. I'm sorry, it's not. We're in a park.
No.
Something was jarring about, I think, like the light back to this. Anyway.
It's easy to space out.
Yeah.
It's late. It's really cold these days.
Yeah, it's cold in LA.
I don't think the summer, I was really hot the whole time, and I was just like,
Oh
oh,
my
I'm
God.
never gonna get cold again.
It was miserable. You're welcoming the cold, like, bring it on.
But now I'm too cold. I'm like, I'm never gonna be warm again.
Yeah, although I do prefer the cold because you can bundle up.
Yeah, but I prefer the heat because the difference between comfortable temperature and like the hottest temperature on Earth is only like 40 degrees. There's no limit to how cold it can get. It can just get colder and colder until it starts snowing.
Dude, it was so hot. I was like scarred. I like woke up every morning. It was like depressing. I was like, I'm so hot. For like a month after it was hot, I was like, I don't want to go outside. I'm afraid it's going to be hot. It was really pathetic, but it really affected me. I'll never not have AC again.
Oh, you got AC. Very nice.
I do now in my new place.
Oh. Where are you living in LA?
I live like in Hollywood.
Oh, nice.
If you want
That's a
my
wild
address, you can email the show.
Yeah, email the show.
I'll screen you.
Is Hollywood kind of a wild place to live?
Not as wild as I would have thought. I've only been here for about 3 weeks. I was living on the west side.
Oh, okay.
Which
That's
is
what I
not
thought.
wild. Yeah.
I thought you were over there.
Which I hated. I hated living on the west side.
Oh, it's heaven on earth.
It's just so far.
Billboards,
Yeah. It's
traffic.
yeah. Going anywhere, it's so
Yeah.
hard.
You have a roommate named Boomer.
Yeah, I do.
That's
If you're watching.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
What's up with his name?
Well, his real name is Nicholas, but I guess he was clumsy a lot when he was a baby, or maybe toddler.
Yeah,
He's
clumsy baby.
Yeah, he fell out of the crib. Yeah, that would be like his parents' fault. So they were clumsy.
They should have taught him more.
Yeah, they're
Should have
just
raised him
bad
upright.
Parents, you know.
Now he has a goofy nickname. It's followed him around.
Yeah, so I guess it just stuck. Nick was too boring, or
Yeah.
Nicholas.
I love the Boomer nickname.
Yeah, it's cool. Actually, in my phone, he's Boomer who eats his own cream pies because I made it that one day and I just like it, so I don't change it. Because we were trying to make the Siri say it,
Oh,
so I'd say it.
how'd she do with that?
Good. She's a Boomer who eats his own cream pies.
You never meet a guy named Boomer who's like real hard ass, like real stern.
Yeah.
You kind of know. I like names like that. You kind of know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, like a nice, silly fella.
Yeah, silly guy, clumsy baby.
Yeah. Today, I was, we do this Instagram series called Beef in Brentwood, and in today's episode, he gets cut in half, and I had to record audio later of me freaking out about it, and I was at work, and I just had to go behind in an alley, and I was yelling into my phone, like, oh, what the fuck, oh, my God. And I just felt so insane. And I like to think that I'm like, don't care what people think. But I was like I was so terrified of looking insane. If I was in Hollywood, it'd be normal. But on the west side, it's not appropriate. I also don't like to wash my hands a lot. Like every time I pee, I usually don't wash my hands.
Ew.
Because it's not dirty. I mean, your pee is not, unless you think you're...
You don't do it because you went to the bathroom. You wash your hands because the whole rest of the day you've been touching. Who knows what you've been touching?
I know.
And you're
so
in
right.
there, and so it's a public health issue.
I'm like really into the idea of like, you need germs to build your immune system. And all I did was hear it on an episode of Weeds. The like drug dealer lady is telling her like, you know, you need the baby to cough. You need him to get sick and build his immune system. And that is like my religion. It's so sad. I was just like, you're right, you need germs. So.
But what about all of the good advice from like health professionals. Like, why are you taking? That's so selective. Mary Louise Parker is who you're going to take your health advice from.
No, well, it's the drug dealer lady, like the one she was buying it from.
Oh. Okay. Oh, why don't you say so?
Yeah, her I could get behind. Mary Louise Parker, obviously. But I do wash my hands now, like at work, every time. Because I don't want a customer to be like, this guy, I was in the bathroom and he just left. And he's like on Yelp or something.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Speaking of restaurants, earlier today you mentioned that you didn't like Norm's, but you do like Denny's.
Yeah, I'm a big Denny's supporter.
Support that. It's just, Denny's. That's just you like it, not just you'll eat there.
Look, this is how I feel. One, I eat really unhealthy lately. I think I might be depressed and I just don't know. But, and now I'm figuring it out. And I'm gonna break down now. I just think LA is full of diners that are so overpriced. And I feel like Denny's is literally the exact same food, but like priced as it should be. So I'm like, why are we going to like 101 Cafe to get like $10 French toast? And it's gonna end up costing like $20. I can get the same thing at Denny's for like $8.
But you're at Denny's, it's not as good. If it doesn't taste as good.
I feel like it does. I think the French toast at Denny's is so good. The hash browns are good. The sausage and bacon is like take it or leave it, but I feel the same way at the 101.
Denny's has the Hobbit menu, right? That's what the Hobbit menu. Are you into all that? You like a restaurant that does? They have like Hobbit. They had a Gandalf turkey sandwich.
What's wrong with that? I just bought Boomer for Christmas. I got him the Hobbit trilogy on Blu-ray.
You guys could talk about it over Moons Over My Hammy.
Yeah, what is Moons Over My Hammy?
It's like a ham sandwich that they have there.
At Denny's?
Yeah, so you don't even...
I don't really explore menus. That's another thing about me. I kind of just like know what I like, and it's too much of a risk to try something new. I'm paying for it.
But what if you find something you really like? How do you ever find anything new if you're afraid to explore the menu?
Well, my other roommate, Haley, Boomer's girlfriend, says I have the appetite of a 12-year-old. So yeah, I don't know what I like really.
You're eating like chicken fingers.
Yeah, I love that. My staple meal is like dino nuggets and shells and cheese, and I mix it together. It's so good, but you will feel like total shit after you eat it. But while you're eating it, it's pretty good.
Shells and cheese?
Yeah.
What do you do if you have to go to a nice restaurant? If you're like meeting your girlfriend's parents or something like that?
Oh. If I'm cooking
Or it's like if you're on a date, do you still get chicken tenders?
Well, I do a lot of coffee dates. It was like my thing in college at least.
So you just avoid eating a meal with somebody?
Maybe.
Sharing that experience?
Yeah, there used to be the same coffee shop, and I would take like every girl who I would go on a date with there. And actually, I feel like they usually went pretty bad. I don't know. It was like my spot, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, we can sit here and it's quiet and we can talk and you can leave whenever you want. Anyway, if I was to go on a date with a girl, give me a restaurant. Like a nice...
Yeah. Sage.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's like a vegan restaurant in Echo Park.
Okay.
Is that too hard? Because it's...
What's vegan? Yeah, it was like...
Because it's vegan? Okay, fine. I'll just give you a restaurant everybody knows. You're going to...
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Why is that always the default restaurant?
Yeah, I'd probably get unlimited breadsticks. and soup and salad, you know? Or just like a good looking pasta. So this is my thing, like if I go get Thai food, I get pad see ew. If I go in to get Chinese, I get orange chicken. If I go to Japan, like Benihana or something, I get the chicken and shrimp. If I go to McDonald's, I get McChicken. I'm just like, I know what I like, and I'm not trying to be cute, because I went to Thai food once and I got something different and it was gross. And I was like, why did I do this? I know pad see ew is good. You know, when I get a burrito, I get the same thing in it, pretty much.
What about vegetables?
Oh.
You ever get any vegetables in there?
Yeah, I eat kale and spinach and cucumber. I usually just make smoothies.
Oh, okay.
I'm like a smoothie guy.
Oh, all right.
Gets it all out of the way.
Oh, that's not a bad strategy. You ever put avocado in a smoothie?
No.
Oh, check that out.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you think this doesn't have to do with anything, but I was just thinking about it. Okay, I've been dating this girl. I don't know if she's watching right now. She does our practice group, you know, that we're in.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird because I pretty much feel like we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but like we're not quite. But in social situations, it's easier for me to just say like my girlfriend.
And she's your girlfriend.
But do you think that's like weird? Because sometimes I'm like, am I creepy? Because I guess I could just say this girl I'm seeing, but that doesn't feel like, I feel like she's more than that to me if I said that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I would probably do your relationships wonders if you had this conversation with her and not me.
But it's different coming from her. I want to know like a third party, like who's not involved. Because if you're in it, it's
I would say if you're dating somebody for more than 2 months, then you're just wasting your time. You got to get into the relationship.
Oh.
Also, you're the millionaire matchmaker, you know, it's just no sex before monogamy. That's one of her rules.
What's that mean?
Like you can't like only have sex with somebody if you're in a monogamous relationship. No casual dating. She also said if you date somebody for more than a year, they're going to take advantage of you.
Really?
Because they'll just, they'll know that you'll always be around. No, you got to be moving forward in relationships, I think.
I feel like we do.
I mean, do your own thing, but I was having this conversation with somebody like who was in a long-term relationship, and now they're just dating people, and they'll go on like 4 or 5 dates, and then they'll just move to the next person. And it's like, okay, so you know what it's like to date somebody for a couple of weeks. Like, you've got that down pat. You probably don't know what it's like to date someone for 5 years. Like, why don't you get to that? I know you don't like new experiences. But I think...
know what? The experience? Your experience?
No, new experiences for you.
Oh, I don't.
If you're comfortable with just the dating over and over again. See, I like to have momentum to everything I'm doing. I like to have some kind of trajectory.
Well, I've never dated somebody for longer than like 4 or 5 months. But I've found that I will just like date somebody who's really attractive and just morph my personality to like fit. Not morph it, I'll just like deal with them, if that makes sense. Because I think it's kind of like an image thing. I just like to be out in public and know I'm dating somebody who's like socially accepted. Wow, that's so messed up. I mean, also I just like to date somebody who's attractive. I'm what you call shallow, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what it takes.
But her is different because she's very attractive, but we're very alike, and it's like weird in a way that I couldn't plan for. Like other girls, I could kind of be like, yeah.
Well, I would say this: you guys should become boyfriend and girlfriend, and then if it doesn't work out, just break up and date somebody else.
I'm gonna do
It'd be lateral, yeah. Because right now,
hard to replace her though.
Okay, it sounds like you like this girl. I wish you two the best.
I do. We don't have to talk about it anymore.
Okay, well that's good because we're out of time.
Oh, we
Andrew,
are?
thank you so much for coming on the show. I would shake your
did.
hand, but I didn't know you don't wash, so I just...
Dude, I did, because I just... Yeah.
Well, okay, well, thank you very much.
You already did it.
Yeah, I know, but double exposure. And everyone out there, it's Adam Papagan reminding you, that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind. See you next week.